say the day after last season ended, you talked about how you were going to take a long, hard look at everything, about how you guys train, how you approach practice, and you went out and hired Mike Clark and the martial arts guy, and I've seen Randy Jordan doing stuff with Master Joe Kim and some stuff with like resistance training with bands and stuff. Is that what you were talking about, and do you feel like you're starting to see some of the results you were seeking?
I am. I was just making mention of that today. Just looking at a lot of the players, they just, look like they're physically in better condition, and that's half the battle. You want to try to, at this time of the year, you want to try to make sure you strengthen their bodies, obviously give them the best shape possible, and obviously strengthen their minds in the meeting rooms, and then start to slowly implement your system and how you want to go about your business on the field, the habits that you want to start to create. And we feel like great practice habits in the weight room, they'll lead to great things, and that's what we're all about.
There are rumors that this is the end of the spring, whether it's Memorial Day or not. What do you think is the best thing that you go into training camp? What do you feel best about going into camp, and what are you most concerned about going into camp?
I think I feel best about what I just mentioned. I feel like this progress that they've made in the weight room. I feel like structurally, I feel like their bodies are in better shape than they've been since I've been here. You can see the young guys starting to develop their bodies. Trent Murphy I made mention of, but you can see veteran guys like Jason Hatcher, who's lost some fat and gained some more lean mass to him. So I think as a whole, I think the group is in better shape, which is exciting to me because obviously that's very, very important. But also the progress they've made with Coach Berry's system on defense, and then offensively doing the same things over and over again for a second year, and you can see the confidence that they have in what they're doing, and it's paying off.
What concerns you the most, though, as you go into camp?
Well, I think just, maybe Trent Williams' injury and maybe Jordan Reed, but really I think we did the right thing by making sure they're held out, make sure they're come back full speed next year. But really, this time of year, I don't have any concerns or anything negative to say about anything. I feel very good about where we are, the way we practice. The attendance rate here was excellent. The tempo was outstanding, and I feel like we made major strides already.
Jay, you mentioned even midway through last season your desire to have a quarterbacks coach, and you would address that by bringing Kavanaugh in here. Through this offseason period now, have you seen tangible results with the quarterbacks from the things that Kavanaugh has taught them?
Yes. I think just from having a voice there that's a consistent voice there, a constant one, a guy who's been there and done that, a guy with a great deal of experience helping him along the way. He still hears from myself and Sean quite a bit, but to have somebody, an individual, really strictly work with him on his fundamentals. Sometimes as a coordinator, as a head coach, I'm watching the defensive backs or the linebackers or the line play, and Sean's watching the total picture, and now we have a set of eyes strictly on the quarterback, and I think that's important. Every snap, every handoff, every drop back is being critiqued, and making sure we do it the right way, and I think it's been a big benefit for Robert.
And somewhat related to that, too, you brought in Bill Callahan as well. His resume speaks for itself in a way, but why do you think he was a good guy to help this offensive line crew you guys have out here?
Well, I think, number one, is the way he holds people accountable, number one. He demands a lot from those guys, both on the field and off the field. And these guys come in, they meet a lot, they practice hard. You can see them pre-practice. Their routine is pretty strenuous, So I just think the work that is involved with being a player for Coach Callahan is a demanding thing. But I think at the end of the day, he's going to get the best results out of you because he's going to demand the most of you. So I think it's a great thing to have him around, and it's great for young players to develop with them, and even veteran players to learn a new system, a new way about doing things is a huge benefit for our guys.
Another one on Callahan. Obviously, he brings experience as a head coach, a defensive coordinator as well. Do you envision him having a role in, if not play calling, kind of consulting on play calling, or is that getting ahead of things?
Well, no, not at all. He's, like you said, he's called plays. He's called the running game where he's been in the past, and he will have a major influence in the running game, the play calls that we do call. And a lot of times as a play caller, I'm looking on to the next play, and I'm calling a play, but I'm on to the next play, and I might ask for, hey, what's your best run here? And Coach Callahan will be the guy that will devise the running game pretty much game plan-wise, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if he's calling the majority of the runs on game day.
Great. And then regarding your backup quarterbacks, the decision that you're going to make at some point between 2 and 3, which is where, how deep into training camp do you envision going before that's clear to you, before you need or want to make a decision?
Very deep. You know, we have those 4 preseason games, and that's really going to tell the tale. You know, we have a great training camp. We'll get a lot of reps in training camp. Then Houston comes, we'll get a great look at them, and then obviously the 4 preseason games, we'll get a look at all 3 in a great, very close fashion. And you know, the second and third quarterback will be decided then.